Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana also dropping further in line with expectations. We had on the chart here previously this ascending, broadening wedge, a bearish pattern, a continuation pattern in this case. We talked about the fact that as long as we are here in a downtrend, we have to expect continuation, and you are in a downtrend as long as you don't make higher highs, higher lows. Now we haven't done that. For me, a new higher high would only really be above $111. That is the recent peak here within that pattern. Already relevant will be $105, $106. We had a lot of resistance and support previously in that range. But as you can see here, Solana broke out of that wedge to the downside. And if we zoom in and go to the 1 hour chart, you will see there was a lot of fighting going on between that orange resistance or support line of that and the support level here in green. That is the 61.8% fib level, and that is sort of the entrance door to my target area, in which now Solana came back in. And here there was a lot of fighting going on. As you can see, we came back into it, moved out of it, into it, out of it, into it, out of it, and then here into it again, but the retest, and then we moved down quite strongly. So we just came down to nearly the previous swing low around $95, but we made a new swing low compared to all these previous ones. That is fairly bearish, and again we have to expect continuation until we make a move up and make a higher high and a higher low. So primary expectation has to be we come down lower. Will we drop down straight away to the major swing low here? I don't think so. I think there will be support along the way. Let's take a look what we can see straight away here, that there is support, a volume profile here in the region between $88 and $92, which means that in this whole area you had previous is an area of trade, of activity in the past. A lot of these highs and lows will provide support along the way, so I don't think we're going to go there straight away. This is probably another support zone that Solana has to go through. I'll leave it on the chart, but as you can see, we first had a support zone here. That is why you can see that peak here in the VPVR. That is why we had so much support here, which makes sense, just above the 61.8% Fibonacci level. And the next peak is sort of in this region between $88 and $92. So I'll leave it on the chart. We'll see if that is going to provide support. However, if we drop below that, I think we can get to the $75 level fairly quickly, between $75 and $78, and still an area of high likelihood to actually end the correction is still that $55 level, and that is the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level. Because if I go back to the daily chart and we add here the Fibonacci retracements on the chart, you will see that this area here, and to be honest, I haven't really done that too accurately now, but it still shows that the target area here that I've got defined, and it is the area that we defined already back in November when Solana started the downtrend, that this is the area where with the highest likelihood we are going to find Solana in, and that with a high area or with a high likelihood we're going to see the turnaround here. Now we haven't seen a turnaround yet. Well, maybe we have, because nobody can exclude the possibility completely that the low is already in. But we get to that in a minute. But we can see that here we expected Solana to come into. It did that. It's now back in the range here. But this area is spanning between $30 and $100, between the 61.8% fib level and the 88.7. So obviously we already reached the 61.8 target. We broke it. I think very likely is now that we're also going to reach here the $55, $56 level, the 78.6% Fibonacci level. Yeah, of course, it's possible that the low is already in, because on the bigger picture, we've made here a higher low. The problem is that there is no bullishness in the chart at the moment, and that it is coming down quite impulsively. And if you take a look at this, it looks actually quite impulsive on our way down here as well. Yeah. So from that point of view, we can expect here further continuation, in my opinion, to the downside on the 4 hour chart. Let's take a look. Yeah, so next low that we need to take is here the $95 level. To the upside, should we decide to go bullish again, what are the areas or the levels of relevance? Well, clearly again the $100 level, that again is the 61.8% Fibonacci level, but then 105, 106, 111, these are all smaller resistance levels along the way that we need to get beyond. Really relevant short term is the $122 level. Why? Because it is that previous swing high here. We also had here some resistance and had some support here and resistance here. So that is quite a relevant level structurally as well. That is the first sort of retracement that we had after this wave 3 down end of January, and it is just typically quite a relevant level. And just after that we've got here this previous high, $145, 158. So these are the levels that we would need to get through, but there's a lot of work to be done to get back to that range. And yeah, that is currently here what we can look at for Solana. Maybe one final look here on the MACD. For our chart, we can see that there is negative momentum. Negative momentum is increasing. So we don't see a slowing down of that at the moment. The RSI is in the bearish range below 50, not yet oversold, but we're getting close. And there's a short signal and an increase in the downtrend on the ADX and DI. On the daily here now as well, you can see how the MACD is increasing negative momentum again, and also that is everything but not bullish. Okay. Also here the RSI back in the bearish range. We tried here on the 19th of April to get back above 50, basically to get back into the bullish range, get a bit of bullish momentum, but also that has now been sort of invalidated, and we are back below 50. Generally, as we took a look at it in the last few days, we had a very weak trend on the daily. The white line here on the ADX, very weak, only around 5, 6. And that is very weak trend, and therefore you can't really use the ADX, but it seems like it's turning around now, so you're going to get a little bit of a stronger trend here probably, but that could be low quite for a while. But also here we have the short signal where the red line is above the green line. So yeah, at the moment, no bullishness in the chart. We have to expect continuation until we see a trend change, and the next target for me would be that, first of all, the $95 level. That is the next swing low, and then here in that region between 92 and 88 we're gonna have a lot of support in my opinion. Okay, and that is my view on Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe, and if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.